Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jiah. So today in this video, I'm going to be sharing 5 tips on how to let go of our resistance pattern so that we can manifest our goals or dreams in a more organic manner and also a lot faster. So what is resistance? So if you view life as an ocean, a natural flow and current of the ocean, resistance is anything that goes against that natural current of the ocean. So resistance can manifest in forms of our thoughts, emotions, or behaviors that we engage in ourselves that creates an unnecessary pause in our life or drives us away from our goal, our dream that we're trying to manifest. So if you were to be completely non-resistant in your life, you would simply view life as an unfolding of events. So if there are any problems or challenges that arise, you would simply focus on ways to resolve it and work through it to continue on with the current of the ocean, rather than focusing on maybe perhaps emotions as regret, fear, or just self-deprecating and self-critical thought processes that usually creates pause or resistance pattern on your path towards your goal. So let's get right into the 5 tips that I've mentioned earlier. The first tip I want to share on how to let go of our resistance pattern and to manifest in a more organic manner is to check in with yourself. So this check-in is about checking in with your thought processes. It's about looking at where your thoughts are residing at. So when you're in a completely now moment zone, then you are in a flow of your life. So it's usually when we're in the past or the future that we begin thinking about fear-based thoughts, which creates resistance pattern. And you can do this by examining where your thoughts are at. If you're feeling some level of discomfort in whatever you're doing right now, then look at your thoughts. What are they saying? Are they about the present moment, what you're experiencing the now, or is it about the fear of what might happen, or kind of resorting back to what has happened in the past that's keeping you away, keeping you blocked from simply riding the flow of the current? One way that works really well for me is to meditate. So whenever I notice myself misaligned from that now moment, I would simply meditate and get back to that now moment. Because when I meditate, I simply focus on my breathing, and breathing is simply what's going on right now, because I am alive, because I am breathing right now. So it's a really easy way to reconnect to myself in that moment. A lot of people like to listen to certain music to center themselves and ground themselves. So there's different ways, like physical activities, that get yourself back into the body rather than the headspace. So use whatever resources you have. Remember to check in with yourself, okay? So the second tip that I want to share on how to let go of our resistance pattern to manifest in a more organic and faster manner is to reflect on your emotional state. So the first tip was about reflecting on thought states. Second tip is about reflecting on your emotional state. So oftentimes when we get carried away with our train of thoughts that just kind of goes on and on in our head, we begin to disconnect, or rather we begin to lose awareness of our emotions. And our emotions are basically what creates that vibration, that resonance with whatever is that we are trying to attract. It's like that law of attraction that a lot of people talk about. So any emotion that is not of love, so any fear-based emotions such as shame, guilt, anger, loneliness, jealousy, disappointment, all these emotions creates a blockage away from our natural flow of our manifestation. And this is simply because it's not in resonance, it's not in vibrational resonance with how you would feel if you have achieved whatever it is that you're working towards. Usually when we achieve something, or when we feel like we have attracted something in our life that we really appreciate, we often feel love-based thoughts such as appreciation, gratitude, joy, excitement, pride, all these emotions. So it's really about matching your emotional state to that of what it is that you are trying to go towards. In my earlier journey, there are times when I'm trying to manifest something in my life, but I just don't have that much faith and trust in that process and the fact that I can achieve it. So rather than having my emotion resonate in that place of love and excitement and manifestation and just that whole high vibrational state, I would kind of reside in that state of fear where I have self-doubt, self-criticism, fear of failure. All these emotions create resistance away from the natural current of where we are heading towards. Third tip on how to let go of our resistance pattern to manifest more organically and faster is to engage in activities that elevates, that raises your vibration immediately whenever you notice yourself in a resistance state. It's as simple as doing something that makes you feel vibrant, that makes you feel high vibration. So something that's fun, for example. I like to go outside and go for a walk. A lot of people spend time in nature because nature really connects us right back into that now moment and opens up our senses and our energy center. So this is a great way to elevate our energy. Some people like to engage in physical activities that are actually gets our heart pumping. Do whatever it is that takes to elevate your vibrational state right in that moment, so that you don't spend any more of your energy on that vibration of resistance, because this is just going to keep you in that state of resistance current, away from what I want, away from what it is that I'm working towards. So you're really trying to elevate yourself and manifest from that vibrational state. Fourth tip on how to shed our resistance pattern and manifest in a more organic manner is to actually spend time with your resistance. So all the previous tips had to do with raising yourself out of that state of resistance, but sometimes that can be very challenging to do. And what can work sometimes for a lot of people is to dig into where your resistance pattern is coming from. Examine what exactly the thought patterns are about. What are these patterns that you see in your thought processes? Are your thoughts about having not enough resource and that's creating resistance pattern of fear? Are your thoughts about this lack of faith in yourself, so you just don't know where to go about and you're worried about making mistakes and failing? So examine what your resistance is about and dig deeper into it, because resistance pattern usually comes from a specific belief system. So belief systems create our thought processes. And after you dig into where your resistance pattern is coming from, also dig into what it might feel like if you were to be completely in a zone of non-resistance. What would that feel like? If you were in that momentum of just creating and manifesting immediately, what would that feel like in your body? The fifth tip I want to share on how to shed resistance pattern and manifest in a more organic manner is to do something that mimics that natural flow. In the beginning of the video, I mentioned about the natural current of the ocean, the flow of the ocean, as an analogy of our natural flow of our life. So you would simply engage in any kind of activity that would get you into that state of effortless flow. You simply don't need any complicated or confusing thoughts because you're simply engaged in something that is natural to you. What is it something that you do or you have done in the past that make you feel like you're in a flow, right? That flow resonance. For me, it's the ocean. When I go out to the ocean, I naturally feel just effortless. I feel like I don't need to do anything. I don't need to think anything, figure anything out. I can just simply be and just appreciate and look at what's around me, which is usually the ocean waves, the birds and such. So from being in the ocean, I'm able to mimic and experience that state of natural flow. So think about what helps you be in that natural flow for you. Some people like to just simply be a kid and play outside. Some people find this natural flow through knitting. Some people feel this natural flow through running. So find whatever it is that helps you mimic and embody that state of flow in your body. What this is, it's a holistic reprogramming. So a lot of the times when we do positive affirmation or positive thought, positive thinking, it can be very helpful, but oftentimes it kind of remains within that intellectual state. But when we're engaged in something that allows our body, our senses to experience a natural flow or joy, it helps us reprogram our body entirely. And this can be a powerful method. And this is why people meditate, and they say practicing meditation because it's something that they do over and over again regularly. And what this does is slowly reprogramming their body to that state of calm and relaxation. And one bonus tip that I want to add from this is after you get into that natural flow state from whatever it is that you're doing, use that current of flow to refocus on what it is that you're manifesting. So after you get into that flow, just immediately go do whatever it is that you're doing while you're in that state of non-resistance. This is about using momentum as a way to manifest. And I did create a video about this. I will put the link below and also put it up above as well. So I hope this video was helpful for you in your own journey. If you have any questions about anything that I've discussed in this video, feel free to contact me. I'm most available through my Instagram, so you can find me on my Instagram. I will put the link above and below. And comment below and share with us what kind of things that you've been working on in shedding your resistance, what kind of tips that you might have that I might have not mentioned in my video. So thank you, and I will see you next time. Thank you.